A huge day for Walking Dead fans. We've been waiting a long time to get a better look at the new Rick Grimes spinoff, The Ones Who Live. So this is the series we've been waiting for ever since the end of the main show, ever since Rick left in the helicopter back in season 9. We've been eagerly anticipating his return, and now we're finally gonna get it February 25th for the premiere of The Ones Who Live. And of course, we got Michonne in the show as well. And we've been waiting for a trailer. The show is a little over a month away, and it's been all this time. We only got little teasers, little teaser trailers, 30 seconds at a time, and then little snapshot teasers that we got on Instagram and YouTube Shorts. That was honestly ridiculous, but we'll get back to that later. This trailer is very exciting. It definitely has a cinematic feel to it. That's one of the things ever since the main show ended, that with these new spin-offs that we got, they're definitely spending a lot more on the show, at least in terms of the visuals, and it's stunning. It definitely is above and beyond what we've gotten before, and they really need that visual quality in order to bring back some viewers, and I'm glad that it looks this cinematic, because this was originally supposed to be a trilogy of movies at the movie theater, and now it's a TV series. I was worried that we were going to lose a little bit of that budget, but maybe, just maybe, this show is going to carry on that cinematic legacy that the movies were originally going to. But I'm really looking forward to this show. I'm really hyped about it. This trailer overall, I really enjoyed seeing every little snapshot that we got. If you've seen all of the little teasers up to this point, there wasn't a ton new. But we're going to break down this trailer bit by bit, and then I'll give my opinion on everything at the end. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you want to see reviews for The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, and other Walking Dead shows in the future, definitely hit the sub button and let me know what you think. And with that, we're just going to break into this breakdown here. So we're starting with Michonne, and I kind of figure that we're going to start with Michonne at the beginning of the series, and the reason for that is simply that Michonne is on Rick's trail. Obviously, the mystery of what happened to Rick is what's carrying this show. That's the anticipation, what we've been waiting to see all this time. So I figure that the point of view character at the beginning is going to be Michonne, somebody who is trying to find out what happened to Rick, and maybe we'll get some side-by-side stuff where their storylines are running in parallel, probably slightly different times. So here we got Michonne, and she's traveling with a new character. I think the name is Nellie. If you turn on the subtitles on the YouTube trailer, you get some of the names, and I think this is a new character, and it looks like they have a zombie, maybe defanged, so to speak, without a jaw, that Michonne, of course, was introduced with that, so bringing a zombie without a jaw, kind of a pack mule carrying their cart. Very clever. I think it's a good use of zombies. I'm guessing it's a zombie because it's always shuffling in the shots and is blurred in the background, but it looks like we got some guts around the neck here. So that's what I'm guessing. So we have a new character that we're introduced to. I remember at the end of Michonne's run on the main series, she was basically following a crowd of people, and it's kind of a migration thing, and there was a couple there. I don't know that we get to see them or what happened to them or anything like that, but I'm assuming we're going to pick up with Michonne on her own. I'm curious how she ended up with this outfit. You know, it's kind of fancy, so I'm wondering if maybe we'll get an origin where that came from. So she comes across this ship that says Safe Harbor. It's definitely been there a long time. You can see it's very dilapidated, and I would say that that's, you know, a symbol of that there's nowhere really safe, and that this is from a bygone era, probably the beginning of the apocalypse. They have Safe Harbor, anybody can come, and of course it collapsed over the apocalypse, and it's been there for a decade. So we're picking up, you know, after the main show, of course, so we're pretty far into the apocalypse at this point. So somebody named Elle, we can see here, is telling Michonne that she doesn't want to go north. She wants to go north. We don't know why, but obviously it's to find Rick, but why does she think that that's where Rick is? We don't know. She probably gets some clues along the way. We know she found the phone. We got a massive horde here, and it looks really cool. We got, there's a lot of variety in there, despite the fact that this is clearly CG. I think it looks pretty solid, and this may be the biggest herd that we've ever seen because it seems to go off into these mountains as well. So this is an absolute an annihilating threat. So I don't know that we've seen anything this massive before. And she's pretty calm right here, just on a horse. I don't know what her goal is here, but she pulls out some type of projectile. She seems to be loading it here, and then she shoots it into the crowd of zombies. I don't know what the goal is with that. I don't think it's an explosive per se, but it just seems to be a tracker maybe. Maybe she's trying to get them to go in a certain direction. I don't really know. But next shot we get is Rick. I believe this is Rick. It could be somebody else, but it's probably Rick. And we are in the CRM territory. And we had rumors based on a poster for the original movies that they showed that it was going to take place in Philadelphia. And I think that this confirms that because I pulled up here a shot of Philadelphia. And you can see we have these two towers that are very distinctive here. And if you look right here, there they are. So I think that this is supposed to be the Philadelphia skyline. That is in fact where we are. And you will notice here that there are actually wind farms here. So it's not just dead zone, you know, they are generating electricity there. I think it's just something there to throw a little variety in the background, but I think it would be a bit more practical to have the wind farms kind of off in a field somewhere. I don't know that that's the most practical thing, but it's something, you know, and we got a little banner here with the CRM logo, of course. So then we got Rick, and he is at some kind of barrier, and there's graffiti behind him, some graffiti art, and he seems to be frustrated. As the scene goes on, he's screaming, he's angry. I think this is right after he got caught by the helicopter and is forced back into the CRM, and he's now working for them again. That's my guess of what's happening here, and he's kind of lashing out because he's frustrated that he wasn't able to get away and see his family. I love these zombies. It's definitely very gory, and I love it. And I hope we get a lot of action like that in the show. But here we see he's moody, and he's bloodstained, and he's not looking too happy. So that's my guess, is that is a result of the scene that we saw in the series finale, the original show. And he's talking about his life choices. He made a choice to have a family, his daughter, blah, blah. And his daughter being a choice is, of course, he kind of adopted her because it's not actually his daughter. He acknowledged that in the main show itself, that it is actually Shane's daughter, but he chose her as his daughter, basically. He chose to become the father, so that is his choice there, and he's kind of just lashing out at the fact that he doesn't get to make choices in the situation that he's in, because obviously if he was able to do that, he would never have disappeared. He would have stayed in Alexandria where he's meant to be all along. So here we got more zombie stuff, Rick lashing out. We got Michonne being very emotional. It's been so long, definitely true. Nat is the name of the dwarf guy that she's traveling with. And there's this drawing on the phone. Now, I don't know that we know who drew this. I don't think it's Rick. I don't think Rick has drawing abilities. So Rick explained how Judith and Michonne looked, and somebody else did it. I don't think Rick knows Japanese, so I don't know that we know right now who actually drew this phone. I'm curious to see what happens with that or what is revealed about that, but this is from the main show, of course. And the Japanese translation apparently is believe a little bit longer. Now, I'm sure people knew that already, because if you know the language, you would be able to translate it yourself, but I actually didn't know that. I think Michonne and Nat are on their own. That third person, seemingly, I think is a zombie, because, you know, there's nobody else in that conversation. Now, Rick is looking at another phone that he has, so somebody else made him two phones, and this one's just Michonne. So he's reminiscing there, and we got a nice reverse angle. So this is somebody named Thorn, I believe. Yeah, it says Thorn on the screen. And she seems to be a friend of Rick's, working in the CRM as well. She's got a bottle of whiskey, so I guess they're drinking together, commiserating. And she says, "You showed me that I can't get away, So that's how I think that this took place after the series finale scene with Rick that we got. So I'm curious to see what happens with her character. And then we get some really cool just cinematic shots. Now these are just going to be establishing shots. I would love it if every scene started with something as cinematic as this. But you know that they probably just crammed all of the most cinematic shots in the trailer. So the cynic in me is going to say mostly we're going to be sitting around talking on a soundstage and stuff like that, because that's what we've gotten on Walking Dead. But still, it's nice to see, and that's not a complaint. It's just me keeping it real with you guys. So I think that this guy here is the one who's talking. I could be wrong, but Okafor is the name. This is the most powerful military on the planet. So he has an excessive amount of knives. I'm assuming that maybe they're for throwing. I don't know. And this kind of looks like something that would see it, through the dark or something, or maybe an infrared targeting thing. But I like the getup that they have, the helmets. I'm assuming that this is them on helicopters. They would wear this kind of thing. Maybe this is what they wear in the field so that they don't get bitten and all that. But there's somebody in the background with the kind of outfit that Rick has. So I'm assuming we have different subgroups in the CRM, and this is a particular platoon or whatever, so that's my guess there. And here we got Major Beal, who we see more of later in front of the whole Civic Republic military. Well, it can't be the whole military because this group is so huge, right? But this is a significant portion, and it's all of the people with the helmets on, so one particular special ops group or something. Here we got the people at a gate of some kind, and they are at an entry point, so I'm guessing that they're definitely there to intimidate people coming in, and they're making sure that no contraband gets through and all that. That would be my guess with what's going on here. And I love this scene here. We got Major Beal, who we've heard about in World Beyond, but this is the first time we're actually seeing him, and the actor is the actor from Lost. I know him as John Locke, a great character and just a great actor. So I'm really excited to have him in the franchise now. So I love this scene. It's kind of badass. You know, it's Rick, Major Beal saying, "Do you want to kill or do you want to die?" And Rick's just like, "Look at me. What do you think?" And obviously he's a fighter. He's not going to go down easily. But I think the subtext of this scene is that, you know, he's doing what he's supposed to right now, but it's kind of the same subtext he had with Negan, where he's like, "I'm gonna kill you someday." I think he's kind of admitting that, you know, he's saying on the surface that he's going to do what Major Beal wants, but underneath that, he's going to get away eventually, is I think the subtext here. But you have, at the same time, Major Beal says, "Do you want to die?" You have Rick holding a bullet to its head, definitely symbolic of the mental stress that he's under. And, you know, maybe he has contemplated that at some point. Maybe we'll find that shot is at a low point in Rick's life. Or maybe he's contemplating killing somebody. Who knows what the subtext is there. And I think the ambiguity here is part of the reason that this scene is in here. It's like, does he want to kill? Does he want to die? What does this mean? I think it's decently well written, and I'm curious to see what the actual context of the scene is. Now here, we got a city on fire in the distance. There's a helicopter flying over. It looks like a field, but it could be, I think it's just a field with like crops in it or something, but it could be like a zombie horde or something, but it looks like rows to me, so I'm guessing that it's a crop. Now here, we have a reuse shot from Atlanta. We see over here from TWD Universe Network on Instagram, friend of the channel. He put it side by side with the flashback scenes from the original show of Georgia, Atlanta getting bombed by the military. So there's speculation here. Is it a flashback scene of Michonne in Atlanta? My theory is that it is the same thing that they did with Fear the Walking Dead, where they reuse a shot from a previous season in a new context, and they're just reusing footage. That's my opinion. Maybe it's not even in the show, it's just in the trailer, just have something cinematic in there. But something tells me that they're just trying to save a little money with that, and they don't want to blow up another city, because it really is the exact same shot here. You see the skyline is the same. So I don't know. The skeptic in me is saying that they're just reusing old footage, adding helicopter on top of it to save a little cash. But who knows? Maybe we'll find out. And the explosions in the same spot and everything. So I don't know what purpose there would be in having Michonne do a flashback. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Then we got Michonne walking in a dark place. It looks like, I don't know, it could be a warehouse or maybe some kind of underground thing. Who knows? And then we got Michonne in a tent. And I don't know if this was a CRM facility or something, like an outpost. And then she's fighting zombies with her sword. And then we got like things on the wall that are like, oh, forest creatures and stuff. So I don't know if this is CRM related, but this is the same tent that we were looking at earlier. So then we have, I think this is another shot of Rick talking to Major Beal, but I don't know that we know who this bald-headed guy is. It's a different scene though, because Rick's all bloodied up, and he's in a different outfit. He has this jacket on. So I don't know why. It kind of looked like the same scene twice, but I'm not sure. He's kind of like smug in this shot here. So I don't know what we're supposed to get from that. Here we got more characters. I think this is Michonne's part of the storyline. I think she might be Elle that we heard talking earlier about you don't want to go north, etc. Here we got another cowboy guy, and we've had a couple of these now. There's one on Dead City, in Fear of the Walking Dead, the executioner that was coming after Morgan. So it's kind of a trope at this point, but I don't know. Maybe he's a unique character, but something tells me he might just be one of the characters we pass by on our way somewhere else. But I guess we will find out. So we got some cool zombie shots, zombies on fire, and we got Jadis. Of course, we knew Jadis was going to be in it from World Beyond. She appeared at the end of that show, and she was the best part of that show, in my opinion. And I love her as a villain. She was ruthless in that show, so I'm excited to see what goes on with her there. There we got Nat again, and you can see... I think the zombies in the background. I want to say it's a zombie. I don't know that for sure, but I don't know. There's somebody in the background there. Yeah, and then we got more cool zombie shots. There's like a bunch of sticks in his face or something. I don't know what's going on there, but it's cool looking. And then Michonne is with some people, and they get attacked by the CRM is what it looks like. A helicopter blows up this building, and it looks like a helicopter crashed into the building there. You wouldn't think that CRM would blow up its own helicopter, but who knows? So there's something going on here. The building collapses. Michonne is watching it and trying to help people get away. She's very, worried about what's going on. So she must be concerned about people that are in there. And we end on this. There's a little teaser at the end, but right before the logo comes up, we end on this. So I don't know if this is Rick or not. I can't really tell. It definitely could be. It's hard to say who this is, but I would think it has to be someone significant. It's not just going to be a random person that we end on. And then we get the logo, and it's on fire, and I think that that's purposeful and symbolic. We'll get back to that in a second, because we end with Michonne here, and she's saying we can make this whole world ours. And we know a big part of this marketing has been the love story between Michonne and Rick. And I've been racking my mind, like, what does that mean? Like, it feels like the love story between them is in the past. They fell in love, they started a family. But now that I see this trailer and this at the end, you see Michonne looking up, smiling at something, when we just got a bunch of images of something being destroyed. And then the fire in the logo at the end, it symbolizes to me that their love is a destructive force. So that is what it means by the love story. Kind of like how in The Last of Us, the love story between, it's a different type of love, but we got the love between Joel and Ellie, and that ends in bloodshed, a high degree of bloodshed. And I think that we might see something similar here, where they want to make this world ours. That usually involves a lot of force to make that a reality. So I think that they're implying that their love is going to end up being destructive in some way, with that symbolized, the fiery images and all the explosions. That's what I'm thinking right now. So let me know what you guys think. Did I miss anything? Did you think I'm right about something? Am I wrong about something? Definitely let me know. And I hope to see you guys when this show comes out. I'm very excited. I will say there wasn't necessarily anything that wowed me about this show. My hype about it is because I love these characters. I was hoping for something a little more, something that was like, whoa, you know, we didn't quite get that next level, but it is a solid trailer, and I'm excited to see the show. I have high expectations, so hopefully we get the best spinoff yet, and one of the best seasons of Walking Dead that we've gotten in a long time. That's what I'm hoping for. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And with that, it's me and your boy Shuggy. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out.